Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, the avid tent camper again. Today I want to talk about using GPS receivers to navigate to campgrounds and other places in remote areas that you may not have ever visited before. The most straightforward way to use a GPS receiver is to enter the street address, and many people know how to do that. But entering the street address of a campground or some other property is not the easiest way to enter that information, and sometimes may not work if you're looking for campgrounds and other attractions that are located in remote areas. Let me explain. Entering two simple 6-digit coordinates for the Deep Creek Campground in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, for example, requires less time and effort than entering the street number, the street name, the city name, and the state name. A second and perhaps more important reason for using GPS coordinates is that many popular campgrounds, trailheads, and outdoor attractions are located in remote areas that may not have recognizable street addresses. Ironically, only a few GPS receivers allow direct coordinate input. Garmin receivers do. I have used these receivers over the past 10 years, and all of them have allowed coordinate input. Various smartphone apps also accept coordinate input, but smartphones may not work in rural areas with poor reception. But many other GPS receivers do not allow you to directly input GPS coordinates. For example, the receiver in my 2015 Ford Explorer does not accept GPS coordinate input, nor does the receiver in my friend's 2010 Honda CR-V. Moreover, many receivers made by other well-known companies do not accept direct coordinate input either. So you need to check for this feature before buying a GPS receiver. When using GPS receivers for navigation, you must understand that coordinates have two distinct numbers. The first number usually defines the latitude, or the distance north of the equator. And the second number defines the longitude, or the distance west of the central meridian that runs through Greenwich, England. In the United States, this longitudinal number is always negative. You must also understand that these latitude and longitudinal coordinates can be written in 4 different formats, and you must be prepared to deal with each one. The most popular format is the decimal degree format, or DD format. It is used by most state and federal agencies to identify the location of their campgrounds and by many businesses to identify the location of their business. The DD format uses two simple 6-digit coordinates to locate any intersection, building, trailhead, or large geographical point. For example, the DD coordinates for the entrance station of Governor Dodge State Park in southwestern Wisconsin are 43.0167 and minus 90.1417. In other words, this building is 0.0167 degrees north of the 43rd degree and 0.1417 degrees west of the 90th parallel. Sometimes DD coordinates are printed with more than 6 digits, but these additional digits are only needed to locate very small objects such as a bread box and are unnecessary for highway travel. The same information can also be presented using the degree minute second, or DMS format, and the degree minute, or DM format. These latter two formats seem to be more popular with geocachers who search for thumb-sized objects hidden in very small nooks and crannies. To illustrate the differences between these three formats, consider the location of Governor Dodge State Park. This is the location written in the DD format. This is the location written in the DMS format. And this is the location written in the DM format. In addition, you will sometimes find the location of a specific place written in the UTM format. This UTM format was developed over 50 years ago by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and has gradually faded out of use. But it is still used by backpackers and backcountry search and rescue teams. If you find GPS coordinates that are different from the format you use, you could change your GPS receiver's input format, or you could visit the www.earthpoint.us/convert.aspx website and convert any format into any other format. For example, if you find a good campground destination in a book and the book presents the GPS coordinates in the DM format, you could go to the EarthPoint website and easily convert the DM coordinates into DD coordinates. Now let me explain how to enter the latitude and longitudinal coordinates for a particular property, such as the Deep Creek Campground located in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I am currently using this Garmin Nuvi 55LM. After turning the machine on and accepting the conditions of use, this first menu screen will appear. If I touch the Where To button, this second menu screen will appear. The icons on this screen can be rearranged, so I moved my frequently used icons to the first two rows. Then I touch Coordinates and get this coordinate input screen. Then I manually enter the first coordinate, touch Next, enter the second coordinate, touch Next, and then touch Go. The machine will calculate the best route to the campground and begin giving me visual and verbal turn-by-turn directions. Finally, let me explain where to find GPS coordinates for any particular campground that you may want to visit. You can find GPS coordinates for campgrounds printed in most recent campground guidebooks. For example, my Family Camping Guide to Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana provides DD decimal degree coordinates for over 750 public campgrounds located in the 4 Lake Michigan states. Families planning trips to one of these 4 states may want to obtain a copy of this book. The Best in Tent Camping series has published several good campground guidebooks. Each book selects about 50 good tent camping destinations in a given state and provides brief descriptions and GPS coordinates for each campground. Unfortunately, these books typically do not include many of the most popular camping destinations in each state, and they use different GPS formats in each book. You can also find GPS coordinates for most state and federal campgrounds either on their website or on the website that handles their campground reservations. For example, most states use www.reserveamerica.com to handle their campsite reservations, and the web page for each state park includes its GPS coordinates. Most national park properties, Army Corps of Engineers campgrounds, and U.S. Forest Service campgrounds use www.recreation.gov to handle their campsite reservations. And this web page for each campground includes its GPS coordinates. If you plan to camp in a smaller federal campground that does not use recreation.gov, you can usually find these coordinates on the campground website. If you want to go to a county park campground or some other place that does not publish its GPS coordinates, you can visit the iTouch Map website and easily get the coordinates in several different ways. If you know the address, enter it in the box at the top of the page and then tap the pin to see the GPS coordinates. If you only know the property name, enter it into the box at the top and tap the pin. If you can find the driving directions, expand the map, find the property, tap the entrance road to drop a pin, and then tap the pin. Other GPS users have used Google Maps and various smartphone apps to get GPS coordinates, but these methods seem to be more difficult than using the iTouch Map website. Well, I hope this video gives you a little better understanding of how to use GPS coordinates to navigate to remote campgrounds and other attractions. Once you learn how to use GPS coordinates and related websites, you'll find that they offer a much easier way to navigate to campgrounds and other destinations that you have never visited before. For more information about great family camping destinations in the Midwestern states, please read my book, The Family Camping Guide to Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, and Indiana. And also visit my website, www.basictentcamping.com, where you will find links to great camping destinations in the southeastern United States. For additional information about trip planning, equipment, and basic camping skills, please read my book, Basic Tent Camping. And also visit my Facebook page, Modern Tent Camping. Remember, take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and save money. Go tent camping.